Hey folks, it's Ben. I'm here with a Grand Prix video, finally. It's pretty much a barn find, barn start, except it's my car and it's my barn. The car's been parked here for about 5 years. I haven't really needed it, but I've been driving my Silverado. It gets about 15 to 17 miles per gallon. This old girl can get probably about 25, 27 on the highway, so it'd be more economical to drive this. It's registered, it's insured, it's just not driving around. Now the initial issue, the ignition cable is faulty, so it doesn't always start, but it mostly starts. But every now and then you'd hop in a parking lot of some shopping mall, you hit the key and she's done. And so that was a problem, right? If you need reliable starting, that's the thing. So brought it from where we were to where we are and parked it, and that's essentially where we're at now. The conundrum I'm in now is I'm not really ready to work on this thing, but this distance between this and the car is 39 inches. And the shelves I want to get through here are 41 inches. So I actually need more space. The reality is the Grand Prix will start. It just, I haven't started it. So if we come around to the front here, if I can get it to start, I'll put air in the tires. They're pretty good, but they're not great. I've already checked the coolant, and the coolant was full. The oil was down about 3 quarts, which is curious. Not sure why it would be down 3 quarts, but put 3 quarts in it, so now we have way too much oil in there, so that's good. Put a brand new battery in it, probably already said that. So in theory I can hop in it and see how well 5-year-old gases start. So I'll have my beautiful assistant film the engine, and I'll talk outside and we'll see how this thing goes. It should fire right up, right? That's how fuel-injected cars go. Well, 2 things are happening here. One, there's not enough power in the battery to turn it over, which it's a new battery, but that could be the case. It's been sitting out for about a month. Or 2, it's hydro-locked, which means my oil is maybe in a cylinder somewhere and it's keeping that cylinder from compressing and actually getting going. So I'm going to put the charger on that battery and kick it on start and see if we can get a feisty kick. Otherwise I got to pull all the plugs and see if it'll even turn over on its own. But the starter's engaging and trying to get it turned over, it's just not turning over. Okay, there's smoke coming out the back. God knows what. It's tough to say if it's bad or if it's all smoke is bad, but it's also been here for 5 years. I don't have a flashlight, so I should probably shut her down for a second and we'll come back and see what's going on. Holy crap. Look at that thing smoke. How are we doing? So taking a look here. Yeah. So an unintended consequence of storing this car for so many years has been, I'll bring it down, that's actually what I'll do. You starting cars that haven't been started in a while. If you take a look at the exhaust manifold there, it is wet, and it's wet there. And what's happening, or has happened, is that if I can get down a little lower, so valve cover gaskets are right there, and being full of oil, it looks like eventually just kind of dripped down and gotten everything kind of oily wet down here and on the back side, which is why it was less concerning that it was coming from both sides of the motor. That will burn off eventually, but for now, of course, it's a pain in the butt. Doesn't mean we can't move the car, but what it does mean is I can put air in the tires, which is just looks like a cat's just peed on it. So thanks for that, Fergus. But yeah, we'll start the car up again once we get some air in the tires, and we'll move it over and call it a video. I'm not really ready to get this thing fixed yet, but like I said, I had to move it. It does still start, so yay me. But we'll keep trucking with that. Okay, so smoking stopped, of course. It is oil on the manifold, which I said. I got air in the tires now. They're all up to 35 psi. We'll see if we got to work those out around. It's like restoring a car that's been parked for 5 years, because we're restoring a car that's been parked for 5 years. Let's see if the cables gods are nice to us and starts the car again. The issue being is you go to start the car and nothing would happen, right? Because the ignition cable is bad. So let's go again. Idle air controls digging around. There's no check engine light, by the way, on either, so everything seems cool like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this thing, because I got my wife help me move it over a foot. Everything is so freaking dusty. Come on, transmission, you know you like me. That being said, the brakes are gonna be rusty too. And then we go drive. Into drive, and I turn the wheel, and she's up there, crinkle crunkle. I got a low coolant light on, so that's cool, but no check engine light. Put it drive, low coolant light. I don't know. Sounds nice. Smoking again yet? Yep. Nice. This fit's different than my truck. Let's do another burning session.
It's over the side.
Is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's just smoke gonna come out of there. Right around the wires. Grand Prix were recalled for this, by the way, but I already did all the exhaust manifolds and stuff. So this is just age related. Idle air control is fighting a lot, because we had to redo that. There's one of my kind of bolts that are in there. Those are popular videos on my channel too. Alright, so we're going to shut her down. I'll give it a couple revs. I put some seafoam in the gas and a little bit of fresh gas, but I'll come back with a full tank and we'll top her off to get some good gas in there. But look at it, just pour right out of there. Turn the AC on there. Alright. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the video I've got lined up for you next and the playlist I've got cooking up for you. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and to my homestead channel where we've got a little bit less tractory stuff going on for you. And we'll see you next time.